You guys know what time it is. We are looking at your Dynasty football trades on today's video. If you want your trades to be considered for this video series next week, it's quite simple. Join our Discord with the link in the description.
That's right.
And then post your screenshots of your trades with context, and we will consider them. Do us a favor, drop a like to show some support. Subscribe if you like Dynasty content, because you're in the right place. And I want you to comment down below, what's a recent trade that you've made that you feel really, really good about? Hey guys, sorry for this quick interruption. Just want to let you know that we recorded these videos on a huge recording day, and unfortunately at the end of a 3-hour session, we realized that Badaki's audio was corrupted. So if the audio is not up to par with what we normally have, I'm sorry, or if he sounds weird or different, we're just trying our best here. Anyway, back to the video. Hope you still enjoy the content. We're gonna cover about 15 or so trades. I'm not sure how many. We got a live stream as always that we have to catch up with here soon. But let's start here with A&K Tip 96. I don't know how to say it, but 12 team PPR. It is a tight end premium. Planning on competing now. Gave up probably a late 24 first and the 23 204. So it looks like Travis Kelce, Alan Lazard, a late 24 first and the 204 is what the deal looks like. In a tight end premium format, I think you got it. If you're competing, you would pay that price for Travis Kelce right now in a tight end premium.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially the 24 first is early. I mean, I think I feel really comfortable there because the 204, I mean, yeah, that could technically, well, if you're in a tight end premium, Michael Mayer is not going to fall in the second round. No. Dalton Kincaid is probably the next guy that probably wouldn't fall either. Probably wouldn't fall in the second round.
Maybe Luke Musgrave.
Maybe Luke there at the 204, which could be decent if he does get the landing spot on the draft capital. But I mean, Travis Kelce, and you're competing right now. I think it's perfect. It's a perfect trade, in my opinion.
The only issue, the only risk is that you really can't project 24 firsts. We've talked about this before, but be careful, guys, projecting picks into the next season because injuries happen. Teams that are supposed to be competing are the worst teams. I mean, it happens every year. But if that 24 first ends up being like top 3, you'll definitely regret it. But outside of that, in a tight end premium, Kelce, I mean, the advantage is huge. You just ride it until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
All right, next is from SHWA. Says, I got Smith and White contending in 2023.
Interesting.
I wonder if this is super flex because I'm pretty heavily on the pick side here if it is.
Agreed. I would agree there. And if it's not super flex, maybe a one quarterback. Okay. But even one quarterback, I mean, if you're thinking of one quarterback, that's JSN as well. That's a Gibbs that could be better for your team over Rachaad White.
We don't even, and this is what's difficult trading for running backs right now. We keep saying it. Do not trade for running backs right now. This is the worst time to do it. Free agency has yet to happen. The draft has yet to happen. There are like 20 to 30 running backs who could severely impact value of current running backs.
Yeah.
I don't like this trade. I got to be honest.
It's a tough one. I mean, maybe you go in a quarterback I would say I would go the picks in both scenarios potentially.
I think so too. But it's close. I don't want to devalue Devonta Smith because I have him as a top 12, I believe top 12, 13 wide receiver in Dynasty.
Exactly.
But Rachaad White, as much as we like him, I don't think he's like one of these running backs we're looking at this offseason thinking his job is super secure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to take the picks here. I'm sorry. The 312 doesn't even mean anything to me, but yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. I mean, you can maybe get a Rachaad White type. Maybe not if it's one quarterback, but certainly if it's super flex, you can potentially get someone worth Rachaad White at the 204. That's tough.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. So it's a bit difficult to really What if that was Miles Sanders
instead of Rachaad?
Yeah.
I still don't know where Miles Sanders is going to be.
All right, okay.
That's why I just don't trade for running backs, guys.
That's fair.
If anything, trade them away and just figure it out after free agency in the draft.
That's what I think a lot. That's what I'm be leaning on this year to be.
Yeah. All right, Delusional T says, my logic as well. Quarterbacks are scarce as hell, and someone will need one. Plus, it has me more secure with an advantage over my league mates. Thought of it as potentially using that mid to late first to draft a young starting quarterback in a high-powered offense. This is 12-team Superflex start 9. So it looks like one side gets Amon-Ra St. Brown, Ken Walker, a 24 first, a 24 third. The other side receives Drake London, the 101. Okay, I was going to say, where does this get spicy? The 101, AJ Dillon, and a 24 second. This seems like a pretty even deal.
Yeah. I think it's an even deal as well.
The question is, would you rather have Bijan and London
Or
or
Ken and
Amon-Ra and
Amon-Ra.
Ken? And I think
Based,
I'm going Bijan, but it's very close.
I would say I'm going Amara Ken, not because I don't like Bijan, and not because he's not generational talent. Two proven guys, and I also get an extra 24
That's
first
true. The
in
24
the
first is
future,
interesting. Yeah.
because you're sending away the 24 second. So I get Ken Walker, who I believe is probably one of the most safest running
Sure.
backs,
Agreed.
um, with the running back landing with the running back market the way it is now, and Amon-Ra. I mean, top wide receiver, top 8 wide receiver, top 7 wide receiver right now, and is going to just continue, hopefully, to rise. Still very young, only
You're right.
23 years old.
That 24 first is a little bit of a conundrum. I'm trying to figure out. I feel like this trade makes more sense if it's just the 101 in London or Amon-Ra and Ken. I'm struggling to now, looking at it, understand the value of putting that 24 first in there as if it's kind of just making the deal happen. That 24 class is going to be good. This is close, man. I can't choose a winner because I love Bijan so much, but probably the smart move here is the Amon-Ra side.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
But very close. Cole, Trevor Lawrence, the 103, 109, 207. I don't know about you, but I'm going Trevor here.
Yeah, I'm going T-Law as well.
You're kind of guaranteeing what you would hope to draft with one of those picks.
Yeah, at the 103, whether that's CJ or Bryce, maybe even. Well, nah, CJ Bryce really. And then the 109, maybe a Jordan Addison, maybe a Quinton, maybe a Sharby. No, give me T-Law.
Agreed. I'm assuming that it's super flex. Dynamic Knight says 12 team, 1 quarterback, half PPR. So the left side gets Mahomes and Andrews. The right side gets Lamar Jackson, the 104 and the 205.
Wow, 1 quarterback.
Yeah, 1 quarterback. I think I'm definitely going the Mahomes, but I don't think it matters so much about the quarterbacks. It's getting Andrews that is what's
that's the biggest thing. It's not tight end premium. Is it tight end premium?
I don't think so.
No, not tight end premium. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going. I mean, I thought there was a super flex. I'll be really happy if there's a super flex. I'm still going Mahomes Andrews, but the 104 is very intriguing, especially in the 1 quarterback league. Who's going 104 right now?
Well, you probably got Gibbs off the board. You probably have JSN and Bijan, so you got your choice between Quentin. Would you rather have Mark Andrews or Quentin Johnson? Would you rather have Mark Andrews or Jordan Addison? I think that's where your question is, but
exactly.
I'm gonna go Mark and Pat here.
Completely agree. Definitely still going Mark and Pat.
I think Mark is a really good buy low right now too.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm there with you.
All right, Henry Morgan. That sounds like the name of a bank or something.
Henry Morgan.
JP Morgan. 10-team Superflex tight end premium PPR league. Already have Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence. Wanted to move Lance while I still could. Picks ended up being 106, 306, and 307. Okay, so the left side gets the 106, the 306, the 307, and 23, and also a 24 first, which we don't know where that is. The other side gets Amari Cooper, Trey Lance, and Brock Purdy.
Wow. Okay.
I think you got to go picks here, but I think it's closer than people would want to believe. Trey Lance or Brock Purdy. I like that you have the security of I don't know who it's going to be, but I have the starter for the Niners.
Exactly.
That's what makes me more confident in that side, but at the same time, I think you're getting great value with the picks. So I think I lean the picks, but it's very close.
No, I'm there with you. I am leaning the picks. I'm very interested to see what happens if they move on from Trey or Purdy, which I doubt. I think there's a scenario in a world out there that one of these guys aren't on the team and becomes a starter somewhere else, and then you could have got double the value potentially. But that's too far ahead.
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
process. But I am going with the picks. Just want to put
Ideally,
it out there.
they do move on from Lance. Purdy is your starter, and Lance is a starter somewhere else. If that happens, then you may have made the wrong move if it's super flex. So I
Exactly.
mean, there's a
Exactly.
world for a lot of scenarios here in this trade.
Yeah.
All right, next trade that we have. A lot of people asking advice. Okay, Miles says thoughts on this deal and a startup. Hard to give up a top quarterback, but seems like pretty good value. 12-team super flex. Okay, so this looks like a startup draft. These are not rookie picks. The 207 and a startup, the 307 and the 507, and you're sending away the 104, 804, and 909.
Who's going at the 207 right now? Because 207 in a startup,
You're not getting a quarterback.
isn't that isn't that isn't that kind of the sweet spot right there for
I don't think
these?
so. I think that's the spot where you just miss on one of these
You
quarterbacks.
just miss on some of
From
those
what we
guys.
have seen, it's like you barely miss out on some of those quarterbacks that you want.
Trying to open
And then
up
it's like
a
that
monster list
tier
here.
that tier down. Um,
Mm,
yeah, this is a tough one. I'm just gonna look at the draft that we did yesterday, and honestly, let's keep in mind yesterday's draft was not normal.
yeah,
You got C.J. Stroud at like the 210 in a startup, and we did not expect him to
yeah, we
be
didn't expect that. I mean,
that late.
even if it's not CJ or Bryce, right? You can still pull a Tua there. You can still pull. I mean, we keep saying Daniel Jones at the three, in the middle of the
That's
third
too
round.
early for me. So
Um,
really, yeah, you may have an option of Tua. Your quarterback options are probably Tua, Daniel Jones, Trey
that's what,
Lance,
that's what
Levis
exactly.
Richardson. It's
Your
tough. I
Twitter.
mean, this could pan out in your favor, but you're also keep in mind you're giving up Joe Burrow or Jalen Hurts or Justin Herbert,
Yeah, I think
one of those
that's the biggest.
foundational pieces.
That's the risk. That's the whole risk when you trade in a startup. You give your top quarterback that maybe one of those rookies fall at the 207.
Yeah.
Maybe those rookie wide receivers potentially go at the three. I mean,
I
maybe
just
not.
think I would need a higher first
Here,
pick to make this deal. Like the 207 is too low. I
right. So
want like a 203
that feels
and
more comfortable for
203
sure.
to 205.
Mm,
And I know that 804 and the 909 obviously are nowhere near the value of the 307 and the 507, but you can find if this team is going to go win now, who's getting the 104, you can find vet running backs, vet wide receivers at the 8th and ninth round and kind of build your team from there. You didn't have to give up any future value, right? You still got the same amount of picks. You
right.
just have to hit on those late round picks.
Yeah.
I think I'm taking the elite quarterback side in here, but it's very close. And honestly, depending on how you draft, either side could win.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think that's what's really hard to evaluate. But I am going to go well. But I don't think that 207 and those other picks are far off, depending on how that board falls.
Yeah, it really depends on what those players end up being, but it is
Yeah.
close. Okay, big breakfast, 10-team, PPR Superflex context. I'm making a push to win now. The other manager is putting his chips into the future. Okay, so we got Watson and Goddard or Lance and Pitts. It is a 10-team Superflex. I think I'm going the Lance and Pitts side, man. I can't give up on Kyle Pitts, and I loved getting Watson. I love that. This is close. This is really a difficult decision.
This is a difficult decision for sure, and I think what's so difficult about this is the uncertainty of Trey Lance, the uncertainty of if he even is going to be a starter. Is he
What?
going to win? No, like, is he going to win the job?
What do you mean
That's
he's
what
going to
I
win
mean.
the job?
What do you mean?
Oh, you're talking about Trey Lance. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Kyle Pitts. My bad.
Oh, no, I'm
I
talking
was
about.
like, of course Trey Lance is, or of course Kyle Pitts is the tight end one on his team.
I'm not. My concern is not Kyle Pitts. My concern.
Yeah. No, I get you. I'm on the same page. My bad.
So I'm just. I feel like. Yeah, we said this multiple times that Brock Purdy injury is the best thing for Trey Lance. Maybe it gives him the up when he does
Yeah.
come to OTAs, but we won't know who won this trade until we know who wins that job.
This all relies on Trey Lance, and maybe it's fair to say there is more risk in the side of Trey Lance.
100%. I think so as well. I mean, we believe in Kyle Pitts as well, but that's also risk in the fact that what's the quarterback play going to be like? You know, what's that going to be? But at the same time,
even now, Kyle is 22
they're both 22
years old.
Yeah, Kyle's
both
22. 22, and we're looking at Deshaun Watson at 27 and Dallas Goedert at 28. So I can see it. I can see how it's even.
Listen, I don't know what to. I think it makes sense for both teams. That's what I'll say. If one is winning now, one is rebuilding. It makes sense for both teams. I just really struggle giving up on Pitts right now. Okay. Shobi, Cade. One side gets Jamar Chase, the 24 first, the 202. Okay. The other side gets McCole Hardman, a 24 first, just a random one, I guess. The 108, 110, and 23, and the 301. I don't understand what planet the team from McCole, who gets McCole Hardman's side of this, is from, but
agreed.
Maybe they are the people who were those UFOs around the United States this week.
Shoot him down! Hey, shoot him down!
This is clearly Jamar Chase. I don't even understand how this trade happens.
I'm there with you. We can go.
You get another. You also get a 24 first and the 202. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Someone got robbed. Call the police. Okay. Next one is from Mustafa 91 10-team Superflex start 11 half tight end premium. Okay, so Russell Wilson for the 201. I like that. I'm surprised.
I think it's pretty even in a 10 man.
10 man. Keep in mind, Michael Mayer is not going to be there at the 201 in the tight end premium.
No, it's not. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, okay, where's Mayer go? Probably like top 8.
I like this as a buy low for Russ personally.
Yeah, I think even then it's actually pretty even because that can be Dalton. Maybe if depending on the landing spot, I think we won't know. But I am more Wilson. But don't sleep on that 201 in a 10 man.
No, I agree.
Premium.
That's the 111 in a 12 man. So yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just surprised after the Sean Payton news you were able to get this deal done because we were kind of advocating for people to buy Russell Wilson before that.
Exactly.
And that would be around the same price.
Yeah.
Mocha, Kirk Cousins, or a second and a third. I mean, that's pretty even, especially in a 10-man.
Second and third, yes.
I don't know. That's even. I don't really feel like I have a strong opinion either way here.
Where those picks are, we just don't know. So, I mean, I'm assuming that's both mid.
If those are both late, it's easy Cousins.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Next trade we have here is from Kyle. What's up, Kyle, man? Over on Patreon. Appreciate you. Context, 12-team, 1 quarterback, start 8. Okay. Quarterbacks, Joe Burrow, Lance. Wide receivers are Chase, Wilson, Olave, London, Judy, Ridley, and the 103, which would be JSN. Running backs are Etienne, Eckler, Akers, 101. Oh, my God. And he's got Pitts and Njoku and Chig. Oh, my God. And the deal is Akers and a 24 first for Hollywood and Tony. Yeah, I'm fine with this considering the context of his wide receiver room.
Yeah.
As much as I love Hollywood, he's got Chase, Wilson, Olave, London, Judy, Ridley, and JSN. You can move some of those wide receivers for future picks.
Yeah.
Don't like Akers, though.
Longer.
Yeah. I don't like getting Akers here, but
I get it. I guess it's just another guy to keep in the backfield. You know, he has Etienne and Bijan, so he's probably never going to start Akers.
And Eckler.
It was probably just a throw-in piece just to get that 24 first or something.
Yeah.
You know? So I definitely do like the deal.
Start 8. I feel like you got to expand that roster, Kyle. Start 8 is going to limit.
Yeah, one quarterback. I mean, you're basically starting Joe, Etienne, Bijan, Wilson, Chase.
Olave.
Yeah, Olave, and then Pitts.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. All right, last trade I think is from King Burritos. What y'all think? Superflex 2 quarterback. I'd still have 202, 204, and 208 for my seconds. Okay, my question is, how is this remotely close?
Yeah, I mean,
This is easily Kyle Pitts, right? Am I
You-
missing something?
yeah, that makes no sense. What do you think? I still have the tool. Okay, so are you saying you gave up those 201s and those 203s and the 205? Because he says he has, yeah. So he's getting the Kyle Pitts side, I'm assuming. So yes, I like the Kyle Pitts side, but it doesn't make sense for the other person.
How is the first even involved? Like this is okay. So take the first out of this deal, right?
You take the first out of the deal, and Kyle Pitts is still winning. You put this in the trade
Yeah,
calculator, Kyle Pitts is winning. You put it with the
maybe
24
not. I
first
don't know.
alone, Kyle Pitts is winning, I feel like.
Maybe not in trade calculator,
No.
but definitely in our eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Congratulations if you got Kyle Pitts for that price. And it looks like we have a couple more. My bad. Michael 24AZ says 10-man PPR Superflex. For context, I'm getting JT. Have 104, 5, and 6. Looks like he's got a lot of picks. Is what we'll leave it up to. One side gets Jonathan Taylor. The other side gets Judy, a 24 first, the 203, the 206, and the 207.
Amen. So he's getting JT.
And he's also going to draft Gibbs, is what it looks like he's alluding to.
He's saying, okay. I think
That's a high price for JT at this point.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I think maybe this is something the start of 2022, and
You would
say,
see, yeah.
okay, this is what JT can go for. But I think I might be leaning pick side. This is quality and quantity all in one. I love Jerry Judy.
It's 10-man as well, so that 206 and 203 are looking a little bit better as well in a 10-man.
Yeah, exactly. A 10-man. I think I might go picks here. JT we love, but that's a
high price to pay.
It doesn't seem like a high price premium because you're getting two second round picks,
Yeah.
but it's a 10-man league,
And
right?
the 24 first, which we don't know where that is. So I mean, if that let's say that 24 first is late, maybe then you go JT.
Yeah,
but I think
makes
the
sense.
reason he included his context is because it looks like he has a lot of picks to play around with. So it looks like he was able to kind of just go in on JT. But yeah,
makes
we
sense.
probably lean picks, but understand where you're coming from with the context behind the trade. Okay, so Dizzle Hizzle 17 says, "Good riddance, Alvin Kamara. He has committed robbery with this trade."
Perfect. I mean, it's a great trade. 105. That's Gibbs.
So he gets a 105. The other side gets Kamara, 409, and a fourth. So 2 fourths and Kamara for the 105. I mean, you're taking 105 to the bank every single day.
Yeah, agreed.
Call the cops. There's been a robbery.
Call the cops.
All right,
else we
Sean
got?
Ellis, 12-team Superflex tight end premium. My running backs are Swift and Brees. My tight ends are currently Goddard and Knox. I have 107, 108 as well. I take this, right? Okay, so you get Saquon and Juwan Johnson. You lose Dallas Goedert and Kenneth Gainwell.
Wow.
It's a tight end premium league.
But he also has the 107, 108, and that's a sweet spot there for a tight end for Michael Mayer potentially. Maybe just a little
like
bit
this.
too late.
I like this. You got Swift, Brees, and Saquon.
Yeah, I do like it.
I think it's close, but I'm gonna go with the Saquon side.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm really hoping Mayer doesn't go too early tight end premium
Yeah,
for you.
agreed. All right, any last trades here? Michael
got?
24AZ says, "What do you think of this? Looks like a haul for Pat Mahomes. The 104, the 106, another first in 24, and 2 seconds, early seconds in 23. You're not replacing Pat Mahomes with any of these picks, though, man.
No, a lot of good potential value coming your way.
A lot of really good players,
yeah. I mean,
but you're not replacing them if this is Superflex.
that
which I
could be
assume it is.
Gibbs. That can be JSN. You know, that can be Xavier Hutchinson, Zay Flowers at the 2-3, 2-6, maybe Michael Mayer potentially. A lot of good players. We just don't know who those are and what that looks like.
I guess you could maybe go A-Rich at the 1-6 and then take a shot on high upside players with the rest of these picks. I don't know. I just there's
tough to pick
typically
those ones,
there's just not really a
honestly.
trade offer that people can send me where I move Mahomes.
Yeah, fair. It's tough. It's a tough one.
I don't think it's bad value at all. I think that's good value for Mahomes.
No, I think it's hard to say. It's
I
hard to
just don't want
say.
to move him.
I'm okay to take those picks, not knowing who they are and knowing who. Right, and I think that's the biggest thing. That's why, if those were names, if that was a Lamar Jackson with a, a Miles Sanders and then a Jerry Jeudy, hypothetically, right? Like maybe that's a little bit more of an understanding of what that value could potentially be.
Yeah.
But you're just still hoping with those picks. That's why Patrick Mahomes is so much better there. At least feels
tough
better.
call. I'm going Mahomes, but it is a very, very tough call there. And that is it for today, guys. So those are all the trades we're covering. Do us a massive favor. Drop a like to show some support. Subscribe if you like Dynasty content. Comment down below. What's a trade that you've made recently that you feel really, really good about? Lots of trades on today's video. Join our Discord with the link in the description below because you could be on next week's video. And yeah, that should be it. So we'll see you guys in the next video. All love.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch
now,
it.
You can also subscribe
Right now.
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLandFam.